Hi, my name is Sarah Zimmerman, and this is my informative presentation for oral communications. The decision to homeschool your child is something that more and more parents are turning to recently. Studies show that 3%, or about 1.5 million children, were homeschooled during the 2011-2012 school year. If this is something that you're finding important, I'm here to tell you not to move to Germany. Homeschooling is illegal there. While homeschooling may not be something that's important to you, the difference between United States and German schooling systems do not stop there. If you take a look at slide 1 in the PowerPoint presentation, you can see that there are large differences. Where the American schooling system is linear, you can see where the German schooling system breaks off into different parts depending on the students. Students in Germany are guided into their future careers from a young age. This starts with their elementary school education and begins for most pupils after the 4th grade when they start attending what's equivalent to a high school. My fiance and I have discussed the possibility in living abroad, namely in Germany, for the last few years. I've had the opportunity to research the country and its education system while considering this opportunity. As my country of ancestry, I was also extremely interested in learning more about how things are different there. While on the surface the school systems may seem quite similar, today we're going to discuss the differences in the German education system. We'll be discussing early education, what's typically known as high school here in the United States, and higher education. First, I'm going to discuss early education in Germany and how it differs from the United States. Second, I'm going to explore the way the German equivalent to high school system works. And finally, I'm going to finish by explaining the differences that you'll see in higher education. What's known as elementary school or primary school here in the United States is similar to Grundschule over in Germany. Attendance in preschool and kindergarten between the ages of 3 and 6 is not mandatory. This is also something that isn't paid for and that the parents would have to pay for themselves. You can think about that as the equivalent of perhaps a preschool or a daycare that you have to send your child to before they begin schooling. Normally, students begin attending Grundschule around the age of 6 years. They stay in Grundschule for the first 4 years of their schooling. This differs from the United States in the typical starting age, the lack of the kindergarten requirement, and the length of time that they spend there. Most elementary schools in the United States, the students begin in kindergarten and they continue through about 5th or 6th grade depending on the school or the school district. Now that I have explained the differences in primary school education, I want to discuss with you how their secondary school works. Following Grundschule is when things really start to change for German students. Following elementary school in the United States, students will typically go to a junior high or middle school, again depending on their school district or the size of their community. Then they'll move on to high school. In Germany, students are broken into one of 4 types of schools depending on where they live and the type of jobs that they'll pursue. These are called Hauptschule, Realschule, and Gymnasium. Now, the 4th alternative we're not going to be discussing today because it's just a combination of those 3 schools and is something that has recently come about in Germany. Hauptschule, the first of these, goes from 6th until 9th grade. Following this education, students will then go on to part-time vocational schools and an apprenticeship until the age of 18. Realschule goes from grades 5 through 10. This also leads to a part-time vocational and high vocational schools. Students with high academic achievement in Realschule have the opportunity to switch over to Gymnasium upon their graduation. If you take a look at slide 2, you can get an idea of what the typical week for a child in Hauptschule looks like once they graduate from the program. They'll be doing their apprenticeship 4 days a week, and on the 5th day, they'll be going to a vocational school to further their education. Gymnasium is the closest resemblance to an American high school. This lasts from grades 5 through 12 or 13, depending on the state. At the completion of school, they're given a diploma similar to the one we get in the United States. This diploma is called an Abitur. This school will prepare students to attend a university or gain academic and vocational credentials. The type of school that the student will attend is based on their academic performance in Grundschule, or their equivalent of elementary school. Those students that enter Hauptschule will likely have a trade-type position, while those that attend Realschule will enter positions in mid-level business or middle management, while their peers who go on to Gymnasium will go on to higher education and the more top-tier positions. Now that we've discussed the different levels of high school education, we're now going to learn about higher education. Similar to Hauptschule, Realschule, and Gymnasium, higher education in Germany is broken into different types of schools and universities depending on the vocation. The first of these is Universität. Universität is a traditional research university offering a wide range of studies. It closely resembles the American system of higher education with technical universities or colleges of technology. A good example that you may be able to relate to is something like Michigan Tech University or Kettering College, where there's a lot of engineering students. The next type of higher education is the Fachhochschule. These are universities of applied sciences. The students there are studying business, technology, design, and a lot of them are going into work in the social sciences. Kunst, Music, and Filmschule, or Art, Music, and Film School, normally admits students based on an entrance exam in order to study art, music, and film. These schools have the largest population of foreign students, and training there is excellent. A lot of it is one-on-one or in very small groups. With a total of 376 higher education programs in Germany and 1.98 million students currently studying in the German higher education system, the country has seen a significant increase in the number of foreign students in recent years. If you take a look at slide 3, you'll see an example of just one foreign body of students that has increased dramatically over the last couple of years. The Indian student population in higher education in Germany has gone up over 100% in just the last couple of years, as the graph you're looking at is showing you. Today, we learned about early, high school, and higher education in Germany and how it differs from the United States. First, I discussed how students' academic success in their formative years of Grundschule will shape the rest of their academic and vocational careers. I also then explored the many different paths that German students take and what could be considered high school to us. Finally, I explained the different types of higher education institutions available in Germany. All of these schools bear a pretty fair resemblance to the United States. They're just broken into different parts, setting them apart from what we're used to. Here in the United States, it's not typical for students in about 4th or 5th grade to be studying for what they're going to do for the rest of their lives. That's a decision that's generally made in high school. By the time students in Germany are high school age, they are already well on their way to having the career that they'll have for the rest of their lives. I've spent my entire life being told that my last name, Zimmerman, is like Smith in Germany. Wildly popular and very common. And while I don't know how true that is, I've never spent too much time learning about my country of origin until now. And in preparing for the years to come, I'm glad that I have. Upon learning about this, I suggest that anyone thinking about living, working, or going to school abroad looks into the educational system in the country that they're planning on going to. If for you that country happens to be Germany, I hope you have less studying to do now. Thank you for all of your time and for your attention.